श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि, सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om and Namaskar. We'll read the verse, second verse. Brahmaivaham jagatcha sakalam Chinmatra vistaritam Sarvam chaitada vidyaya trigunaya Ashesham maya kalpitam Itham yasya dridamati sukhatare Nitye pare nirmale Chandalostu satudvijostu guruhu Ityesha Manisha mama Iti Esha Manisha mama. This is my firm conviction. What? Whoever has this knowledge is my guru. Whether he is a Chandala or a Brahmin. Such a person is my guru. Okay. So the first verse said what? Brahma is in all. Chaitanya Atma is in all. What did the second verse say? Brahma is all. There is nothing other than Brahma. But I see the world as different. Then what is it? Sarvam cha etad trigunaya maya kalpitam. It is all by my own imagination. I have this. Now, this is interesting. Maya is common to all. Not knowing the truth is common to all. Avaran Shakti is common to all. But all, why are we different then? Because our Vikshepa is different. Isn't it true? What we project. And on what basis we project? Trigunaya. Depending on the gunas. If we are in the sattvic mood, we will project sattvic things. Isn't it true? Rajasic mood? Tamasic mood? Don't we say something, when we are feeling very nice and all, oh, everyone is good only. If someone says something bad, no, everyone is good only. Then the Rajasic mood, you get it? The Tamasic mood is completely different. Our projections itself become what? Different. Very different. Trigunaya. Maya kalpitam. Yesterday I told you to do an exercise, no? What all different types of what? Projection. See, this I am the body is very fundamental, the deepest one. Other ones you have to first catch.
All the projections with the राग द्वेष, राग द्वेषमयी जो हमारे कल्पनाएं हैं, उसको पहले उसको डील करें, फिर मैं शरीर हूं उस पर जा सकते हैं। नहीं तो क्या होगा, वो हम वहां तक पहुंच ही नहीं सकेंगे। We won't be able to go up to that. We'll only be in this raga dvesha, all that. There's a lot of projection of that or not? Bolo. Our mind is filled with what? Not aham brahmasmi thoughts. What thoughts? All those only things. This I like, this I want, this I don't want, this, I'm very attached to this one is there, I hope this one comes, I don't want this, I want this, I don't like this. All this is what the normal thought pattern is. Agreed? And once in a while we come here and say, oh no, who is that, who is that? We do I am I, who am I? That. You understand? But the rest of the time, the whole day goes in what? Is it true or not? I like this, I don't like this, oh, this must happen this way, why it happened, oh, yeah, I sure hope it doesn't happen, what if it happens, I don't want it to happen. Things like that. Now, who is doing all this, Vivek, all this, I'm thinking? It's a Jivatma only, na? Is that identified with the body entity only who is doing all this? So that, this is all Kalpana is very far. First, that's why they said Antakarana Shuddhi, no, Bahiranga Sadhana, all that. So all that trash, once it is removed, this Jivatma becomes a little free of that burden. See, till you have a big load on your head, can you think of anything else? You're walking with a big load. You take that load, you are free to think. Okay. So this burden of raga, dvesha, kamaka, all that is there on the head. So what Vedanta says? Take that out. At least reduce it to some extent. So it's a little free, and then you can think deeply. Okay, now you say, no, Swamiji, till that, now it was Bhagwan is in all, we like it. But you say Bhagwan is all, that also we like. But you say everything is Kalpana, no, that is very difficult. Agreed? Yes. Kalpana part, now that everything is what? Only Maya, because of Maya everything is projected on. So can you everything in Mithya, no, is a very difficult to, even my children mithya. Yeah. Hare Rama. Can I keep one child at least? Satyam. Others, let it be. The one who give me pain, that is all mithya. But the one I love very much, can I keep them as Satyam? So, Ashesham Mayakal. What is that? Ashesham means without any shesha, without any baki. Bilkul, everything of your dream is what? Dream. Everything of your dream is dream. It's a projected. One thing of the dream. No. When you get up from the dream, are you given the choice, pick up one thing and come out? No. You have to leave the whole dream as it is, even your most favorite thing of the dream. Supposing you're going to win a big lottery in the dream, can you take that money? I said, the rest I will leave, but that one I'll take. No, you can't. Everything, Ashesham. Okay? Swamiji, difficult to digest. Can you tell us some easy way? A little, what do you call it? Acceptable or in between. Instead of saying everything is mithya, can you just tone down your rhetoric? Okay, Bhagwan Shankaracharya is going to do, not me. He is only this. He says what? Shashvannashvara vishwamevam akhilam Nischitya vacha guroho Nityam brahma nirantaram vimrushatam Nirvyaja shantatmana Bhutam bhavicha dushkrutam pradahata Samvinmaye pavake Prarabdhaya samarpitam swavapuhu Ityesha Manisha mama. This is okay, fine. This Drishya Drashta Vivek and this Adhisthana and this Adhyasa Vivek. The second verse, what we did, Vivek, is Adhyasa and Adhisthana. Adhyasa means what? Superimposition. The world is a, so to speak, a superimposition, a projection. And adhisthana means substratum. So first shloka, which Vivek we did? Drashta, Drishya Vivek, Atmanatma Vivek. Second shloka, what Vivek we did? Substratum and what? Superimposition. Adhisthana, Adhyasa Vivek. Okay. Now this says little easier to do is called Nitya Anitya Vivek. Now remember, all this is Sukshma Buddhi work. Are you getting? We had talked about now which two buddhis? Tikshna Buddhi. Tikshna Buddhi is what? Anitya Anitya Vivek or Jad Jad Vivek or Drishya Drishya Vivek. That is called what? Tikshna Buddhi. But here what is to be used? Sukshma Buddhi. Sukshma Buddhi is what? Drishya Drashta Vivek. Then Adhyas Adhisthana Vivek. And now which one we are going to do? Nitya Anitya Vivek. So nice now, because that was a little difficult, everything is superimposed. I would say, you Rama, you get scared. So it's okay, something which is all your anubhava. Let's do it. What is their anubhava? Shashvan Nashvara Vishwameva Makilam. This whole world that you see, you are getting scared to say it is projection, no? Okay, leave it. Don't call it projection. But all of us accept that Shashvan Nashvara. What is the nature of this world? Nashvara. Nashvara means what? Perishing, dying, changing. And changing when? Every moment. Shashvan, eternally changing, constantly changing, all the time changing. Is it true or not? Tell me what is not changing in the world. Nothing is not changing. The world itself, you go to a city or a town or anywhere after 10 years, what happens? So don't we say such things? So much change. Then they say, oh, this pandemic has changed everything. Don't we say that? Everything. The way we think, everything has changed. Even the sun and the stars, which seem to be what? All the time. Are they changing or not? Because every star is a sun. And how much of heat is being going to the... So is it changing or not? It seems to be stable. Even the mountains, you feel, oh, it's the same thing. Is it changing or not? You go close, you'll see change all the time. Himalayas are becoming higher and higher by the day. You all know that, no? Yeah. It's the only mountain range which is growing. It's going high. Interesting. So-called, solid, steady, everything is also what? Changing. The more fluid things, so we can see also. Your technology, tell me. By the time you buy one phone, i13, what happens? I don't know which is the latest one. 13. Which one is latest? 14 is latest. Okay. You buy 14, they'll bring out 15. Isn't it true? And then you say, oh, I wish I had waited for a little more time, 15. And interestingly, we will buy the i14, but our brain is still on the i6. We have not, our brain has only some few people who are really into the technology, their brains have progressed to this. I am a classic example of that. My brain is still i6 only. But I have a phone, what? I don't remember which one. Something is there. It's definitely more than 10. I know that much. Now, what is the use? My brain is only stuck there. But technology, what? Is it changing or not every day? New and new things. In science, every field, everything changes. Even the so-called constitution, don't they make amendments to that? We say this property is that. Does the property value remain the same? No. There is depreciation, there is appreciation. Stock market, to kata up and down. Everything changes or not. And the most interesting thing is our relationships. Oh, they are classic. They change by the not day. Morning, I love you. I'm so happy I married you. By night, मेरे को और कोई नहीं मिला. मेरा प्रारब्ध, I only got you. Does it happen or not? This is my favorite. This, when kids, really small infants, like Narayani and all, no, for them what? Mummy is everything, right? Mummy and daddy, everything. So, mama, mama. Now she start talking and she'll start running also. Mama, mama. Mummy goes the other thing. She'll. Isn't it true? Mama, mama, mama. And the mama, after she goes 2 to 3 years, what will the mama say? You play on your own. Leave me alone. Is it true or not? Whole day, mama, mama, what are you doing? Come on, play on your own. Then they become old. Then the mama goes after the baby. Beta, beta. And the beta says, what is this whole day you're after me? You go on your own. Isn't it true? Yes or no? So I love this thing. When you see this now, you say, wait. You become what? Old, you will see this. Shashvan, Nashvara. With everything, all relations have changed or not. With everyone. Your so-called best friend, you don't even know where they exist. Right? You couldn't live without them. Now what happened? You ask them, where are they? I don't know. Nowadays, I don't know why they keep on meeting again and again. After the relation is over, why you want to meet again? For no reason. Karte hai ki nahi karte hai? And then they come. And then they talk what? Oh, we did this, we did this. They just go over what? Some past memories. Oh, we did this, we did with this teacher, that. Go back home. Oh, you have 2 children, I have 5 children, you have 25 children, I have this one, you are there, you are this, that. Khate, pite, sote, jate. Right or wrong? We meet to part to meet again. I keep on doing that. Life after life. So everything changes. Our body, especially when you grow old, then what? Today pain is here. Then next day pain is, then they say very nicely in Gujarati, farto dukhao. Meaning roaming pain. So it keeps roaming from one place to other. One time it is this, and the stomach is fine, then the feet are not fine. The feet are fine, then the head is not fine. The head is fine, then is it happening or not? We say, no, aaj ka taza khabar. You just have to meet any old person, you have to ask, aaj ki taza khabar, then they'll tell you. But today, I slept for 2 hours. First, they start with the sleeping part only. I slept 2 hours, but then I could not this. Then 5 hours, no, I this. Then 2. Is it true or not? First, his health bulletin. Shashvan, don't laugh. You will be doing the same thing. You just wait. Then I'm talking about the young people. You, Rama, you can laugh. They should not laugh because they know one day they are going to do exactly that. Even now they must be doing that only. Today, no, who wants to know this? But we will tell everyone. So, body keeps changing. Mind, how much it changes? Please tell me. By the second, moods change, right? You were in a very sattvic mood. Oh, no. And then you saw your enemy. What happened? Isn't it? And then all of a sudden, as I'm talking, what happened? Mind became what? Is it true or not? By them, it keeps on changing all the time. Tell me what is the same. Fashions change, politics change, the economics of the world changes, social whole order. Is it true or not? Lifestyle, look at the change in our lifestyle. How much it has changed. When you were really kids, I don't know, no, not these very young people, but otherwise, once in a while you went out to eat. Isn't it true? Now what do we do? Once in a while you eat at home. Yeah. And all the time, that's because we can order, ye bhi order karo, wo bhi order karo, wo bhi karo. Isn't it? Swiggy. Then Zomato. And what do you want? A tomato. something. What I'm trying to say is just something. Sometimes you don't even need anything. So our lifestyle. See, first we used to always eat. You have to eat at the dining table or wherever. Now, in front of the, and then everyone has their own TV. So each one is in their own room, eating their own food, watching their own show. Is it true or not? So first one TV in the house. Now, as many people, that many. If they don't have a TV, then on their phone they will be sitting in their room. Each one in their. Hasn't it all changed, Bolo na? This whole lifestyle, the way we think, the way we live, and then that only we think is real. Then what is it that people of the movie or that they become more real than your own? Is it true or not? And if someone, that some TV celebrity or whatever dies or this, then my God, you feel pain. Arey, TV wala tha, usko tere ko kya hoga? Nahin. पता नहीं आजकल everyone is committing suicide. अरे उसको why are you getting so affected? नहीं, is it true or not? Why? Because you have got greater what affinity and connection to that than your neighbor. Yes or no? Has it not changed? First, the neighbors and you were so close. You would go to their house, they would come to yours. Everything is like now neighbors don't even. This is called what? Shashvan, Nashwara, Vishwamiva. Everything keeps on changing, moment to moment. And we don't even realize all this has changed. I always, there is something called this Vipassana. They make you do. Then what they do is very interesting. So they make you sit and then one is watching your breath going up and down. That's one thing. And the other thing that they make you do is watching the spandanam or the sensations of the body. So what they make you do is that from the head to toe and toe to head like that, you just keep watching the sensations. So the actual fact is, I can right now we can experiment right now. Okay, everyone just keep your hands like that. Just keep nothing. There's no. I'm not doing any trick. Okay, I'm not doing any trick. Now, close your eyes if you want to. Keep the fingers open. We are not meditating. Keep the fingers open. We are not going into meditation. Please. We are not doing meditation. Don't start doing japa and meditation. Listen to what I am speaking. Now, feel your finger. Don't with your. Just feel the sensation in your fingertips because that's the easiest to feel. Immediately, in this second, you will be able to feel. There'll be a throbbing or vibrating. Some feeling will be there. Become intensely aware of, if you want to focus on one hand, focus on one hand. No need to. You don't have to look at your hands. You just feel them. Feel the sensation in your fingertips. Only in one hand. Just feel it intensely. Become aware of it. Okay, Hari Om. Can you open your eyes, please? Did you feel?
Yes.
Everyone will feel. It's very easy. Most easy thing is to feel the sensation here. Now, it's the fingertip, the nerves are very sensitive. So this throbbing is a very easy thing to feel, and you will understand. Every cell of your body is a living cell. Now, hair cells you will not feel ever. Why? Because they're dead cells. But all other cells, every cell of your body is a living cell. Yes. So fact that it is living means what? There'll be some throbbing. Something will be there. It's throbbing with life, right? So every cell of your body will have its own type of sensation. Somewhere it will be throbbing, somewhere it will be vibrating, somewhere a heat feeling, somewhere it's a cold feeling. Different types of this will be there, right? So now, what does it mean? When you say this is happening means what? There's a change happening.
Yes.
Actually, it's changing. Moment to moment, this body is changing. So what they make you do is they make you intensely aware of the sensations. So that, and then finally, if you keep on practicing it for a long time, they say That the final, this is where they call it Anga Bhanga. Anga Bhanga means what? You feel the whole body is nothing but just a mass of vibration and sensations. So you realize that this anitya nature of the world, you realize that. That's all. You understand this whole body is completely just sensations. It's not what we call solid like that. And it is changing all the time. Got this point? Please wake up. Don't sleep. Okay? Never sit like that. Never sit like that. Never sit like that. Keep your hands and everything open. That's where you become aware of this. Okay? So what happens is that we have to intensely understand everything, not just the body. Everything is changing. We have to understand. So now when you say, okay, everything is changing. So what of that? Nischitya. When you have determined that the whole world is changing. That's why our Buddhist, they have this thing, sarvam, what? Dukkham, sarvam, anityam. This is what they say. But it's not that it is they who say, it is our Gita itself says that. Anityam asukham lokam. It's not, because everyone thinks that that's a Buddhist philosophy. What nonsense. Thousands of years before Buddha, what? Yes. Shashvan Nashvar, ever eternal this. And not only that, it is what? Dukkham, because it is changing. See, there are things which we don't want it to change. Agreed? I always feel, at a certain age, these kids look just super cute. And that age, is so beautiful. And I feel, we should photo freeze them there. They should not grow. Because afterwards they grow, you know what they become. That same cute, you get so attached to, and then that same thing becomes like a Rakshasa. And then you say, God, where did this one go? And now what is it? Is it happening or not? Bolo. So you feel like freezing them at that time. That, bas, yehi raho, bas, aise innocent and all that. But that doesn't happen. Now, what I'm saying is that it is all changing. It is neither good nor bad. It is the truth. Have you got this point? Because many times we say, it is good that everything changes. It is bad that it is not good, it's not. It's a fact. Everything. And what the dukkha in this whole thing is when we want it not to change, or we want something to change faster than it is changing, isn't it true? We want some things to change very fast, some things to not change. So this insistence, without accepting that each thing changes in its own way, at its own pace, in its own time. Got it? Unfortunately, see, the outside world changes. Our mind should also, what? Accept and adapt according to the changes outside, to be able to accept and all. But it doesn't. I'll give an example. There is a book called Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. In our good old times, it used to be quite a popular book. Now also it exists, but I don't know who would have read it. So what Future Shock, that book says, that man says, it's very true also. It says that the outside world is changing at too fast a rate, and our human mind's rate of change, accepting of this, is not fast enough. And that is why we go into what is called future shock. That's a simple principle. Is it a fact or not? Things sometimes change so fast outside, and the mind is not able to accept it and grasp it. Outside it has already changed. And then you are still struggling with the previous thing. And 5 steps further it has gone. Got the point? See, our swabhava, how long does it take it to change? Sometimes it never changes, isn't it true? That doesn't change. Much as we try, even though we want it to change, swabhava, our nature, it doesn't change. So many other things also, people outside have changed, but we are not able to, what? Change according to them, so that's why we become what is called outdated. Isn't it? Many times we must be feeling also. Now you see, when you were in school, the type of, whole situation in school was so different. Now, even 5 years later, if they say, Arey, What type of children now? What? Isn't it true? Please tell me. You see more present day children in school, what do you think? We were not like that. Don't you see that? We did not do that. Naturally. Why? And then say, oh, nowadays, Swamiji, children are very smart. That means what? You were dumb? Swamiji, you don't know. You were very smart. See, this ideas are very wrong ideas. We have to understand that. If we grew up with technology, we would know all of that, right or wrong?
Yes.
We didn't grow up with that. Doesn't make us less intelligent. We knew the things of that time. But just because they can, at the age of 3, they can operate a phone, we think they are very smart. And we at the age of 80 or 60 can't do it. Because we didn't grow up with that. So we learned this whole thing at the age of 50, which is difficult for us. Got the point? Bolo. And just because they can do it, what do we say? Arey, 2 saal ka bachcha kya karta hai? What I can't do, that 2-year-old, very smart. Does that make it smart? Not necessarily. Are you understanding what I'm speaking? Things have changed. They are growing with this. All they see are these gadgets. We never even saw this gadget. We only saw, what type of a phone we saw? You know. What type of phone? Now I don't think there's anything called a public phone also. Is there something called a public phone existing? I doubt. In India it is there? I don't think it is there in India anymore. I haven't seen one for a long time. Maybe you people have seen. Is there any public phone? You see this? First, people didn't have, so they used to go out and they didn't have a phone in their home. So they would go to the public phone and call. See how everything, what I'm trying to say is, when you know that everything is changed, everything is changing, including your mind, everything. Now, one is the principle. Now see, he says, Nishchitya Vacha Guru. Through the words of the teacher. Do you need a teacher to tell you everything is changing? Please tell me something. No. So through the words of the Guru, what are you supposed to understand? Yes, the world is changing. That you have understood on your own, by your own vivek, to understand that for every change, there is a changeless substratum. That is what? That there is something called one nitya. You say everything is changing. Guru says, yes, but there is one thing that doesn't change. Every worldly thing changes, but there is one entity which doesn't change. Oh, real? There is something? Yes. Where is it? In and through the change, you can see the changeless. It's not, see, there is something, everything is changing, and then there's something which is not changing, as though it is that something unchanging is where? This is change, and this is what? Where do you experience the unchanging? In and through the change. Have you got this point? Bolo. Mind is changing or not? The thought is coming, thought is going. So, you were there before the thought came. You are there when the thought is there. And you are there after the thought goes. That itself shows that when the thought changed, you did not change. Otherwise, how will you know the change that was happening in the thought? Got it? Were you there before? Yes. Are you there now? Yes. Are you there to see that it has gone? Yes. So you were there. Now, supposing, I'll give an example. Now my lecture started. So one person came. And then they heard me say, what? You are. Everything is changing. And then they went away saying, that I also know. Why is she saying that? She went away. They're all boring. And the second person came and said, what? One thing does not change. They heard that and said, okay, fine. And went away. Then third person came and heard me saying something else. That person also went away. Now you ask them, what was there in the lecture? They'll say, first she was saying, no, she was saying everything is changing. Second person will say what? One thing is not changing. Third person will say what? Something. Now, they will only say that, na? What will you say? First she said, everything changes. Then she said, something is not changing. And then she said something else. You got this point? So, that which knows changes is changeless. Got the point? That person did not know. They just heard that it went away. They did not understand that. If two changing, this is all science and physics, you have this. No? If two things which are changing, then what will happen? Relatively, it looks, when something is in motion, that also you think is what? So, when two things are changing, they really cannot know change, right? They'll only know relative this, but they'll not know. Whereas one thing is there, then you know, yes, this is there, it's gone. It's come, it's gone, it's come, it's gone. Got it? For every change, there is a what? Okay. Oh, in the office also, or in the country, there is something called a post, prime minister. So it's a post, and maybe there's a chair also. Maybe prime minister's chair. So what happens? Chair is there, post is there. People keep coming and going. Is it true or not? आज ये आया, फिर वो गया, फिर दूसरा आया, isn't it? There are some places, where the change is very much, like they keep on changing. No one, is able to keep that chair. There are people, some places, where their head, they keep on changing every few months, every few years, like that. No steady. In our country, 5 years, they remain for 5 years solid. Then they again elect, and then they remain, and whatever. But the post remains or not, they don't, so sometimes they say the chair also remains. Only the occupants. You got this point, no? So then, for every change, there is a what? So that, to point our attention to the changeless, you need a guru. Have you got this point?
Yes.
Bolo. That the world is changing, you don't need a guru. You yourself can experience. And Then what he says, everything is changing. No. What? There is a changeless. So he says, Nityam Brahma Nirantaram. Understand, determine, know that there is a changeless Brahman, Chaitanya, Atma, one changeless thing is there. And what is that? Nirantaram. Nirantaram means without antaram. No antara, no gap, no this. Constant, continuous. Just as there is continuous change, there is a constant, unchanging thing. Constant. Have you got this? Constant. And that constant thing is unchanging, completely unchanging, never changes. Thank God. And that unchanging Brahman is me, myself, is my Atma. Atma doesn't change. Therefore, Atma cannot go, Atma cannot come. Don't ever say, uski Atma chali gayi. What are you supposed to say? Jivatma gaya. Jivatma aya. Atma na gaya na aya. Okay, because many times nowadays say, uski Atma ko shanti mile. Have you heard that one? Are Baba, Atma ko shanti nahi, Jivatma ko shanti. So now after learning Vedanta, don't use the word Atma loosely. Okay? Everyone? Kisko shanti? Does Atma need shanti? Why? Ever shanta, nirvikara, no vikara, no change. What shanti, what ashanti? You got the point. It has no shanti, no ashanti. It is neither shanti or ashanti. It is what? Nirvyaja Shantatmana. That's very beautiful. Now, let's think about, because see, what we say is, look, I don't want this Nityatma, let it be Nityatmana. Will I be peaceful? There are some people who want peace, some people who want happiness, right? Which do you want, peace or happiness? Say something, no? What does it matter? What do you want? Peace or happiness? All of you who are saying peace now become old. And those who say both also are all old people only. You ask a young person, what do you want? Happiness. What? Peace, peace, peace. I want what? That camp over there, if I ask, what will they say? Happiness. So we think happiness and peace are what? We think like that. Nah? I want peace. And they say what? I want happiness. Are Rama. Ashantasya kuta sukham. That's what Bhagavad Gita said. What? जिसमें शांति नहीं है तो सुख कहाँ है? इसलिए हम कहते हैं क्या? सुख शांति. Don't we say that? The phrase is what? Sukh shanti. Means sukh and shanti go together. There cannot be a shantaman and very happy. Yeah, my mind is very restless, but I'm so happy. You can't be. Got it? Now, very interesting thing. Okay. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, Ram Ram. Doesn't matter also. So, if you want peace in this room, what do you have to do? There was peace till he talked. A very important point I'm saying, What? There was silence till he talked. Right? Means what? Silence always exists. Peace always exists. It's never created. Noise only is created. Agitation is created. Restlessness is created. Silence is uncreated. It is always there. Very, very important point. If you get it, good for you. You say, I want peace. I want this. So what should you do if you want peace? Stop the agitation. There is nothing. You can't create peace. You can only stop the agitation. You can't create peace. अशांति को समाप्त करते हैं तो शांति तो ऑलरेडी है. निर्व्याज शांतात्मन. क्या बात है ना? How great is this? We say, I want peace of mind. Swamiji, peace of mind. My mind is in pieces. Right now, no, I want peace of mind. So we want to buy it from somewhere or get it from somewhere or something like that. And then we say, no, when I do pranayam, I feel so. Hare Rama, that is because agitations are. You understand? You have not created peace. You have what? Stop the. Why? Because your mind is occupied on your breath. That is why. No other reason. Samjhe ki nahi? Instead of here, there, you say, okay, on the breath. I feel so nice. So, why you feel so nice? Because, are you understanding? कितनी बढ़िया बात है ना. क्या वेदांत है? बोलो ना एक बार. बहुत अच्छा है. Not for my sake. I mean, this such great things are said now. Shashvan, Nashwara, every moment the mind changes. And the more this agitated, the more you feel, when too many thoughts are going in the mind, going, you can't sleep at night. Go like that, going, and then you sleep, going. You can't sleep. Then what do you have to do? What? Until the mind becomes relatively quiet, it cannot go into sleep. Absolute that. Isn't it true? Please tell me. So what should you do? That same thing. Until the mind is relatively quiet, you can't do meditation. A relatively calm mind only can do meditation. You get the point? When the mind is what can you do? What can you do? What meditation? First of all, the mind won't allow you to sit. Forget, do anything. Isn't it true? When you're very restless, sitting itself is impossible. You sit like that, immediately something or the other your mind will take you. Agreed. Have you tried? Then they say Uchchatan Shakti. Uchchatan Shakti, it will make you get up and go somewhere, do something. Kuch. Not allow you to sit at all. So here it says, when you understand, everything changes. Relatively calm mind only can think like that, na? Everything changes. And then what do you know? Oh, there is one Atma Tattva which is unchanging. That substratum of the universe, which is called Brahman or Atman, is unchanging. Nityam. What? Brahma nirantaram vimrishtam nirvyaja shantatmana. Okay, one who has realized this Shantam Shivam Advaitam Atma Swarupa, who has understood that, then what happens? Now, there's a very interesting thing we had asked this also. Bhutam bhavicha dushkrutam pradahatam samvinmai pavake. In the fire of pure Chaitanya, samvit. I'm not using consciousness, okay, because problem. What? In the fire of pure consciousness, what happens? Pradahata. You burn completely. What? Bhutam bhavicha dushkrutam. All the karmas of the past and the future. You burn in the fire of pure knowledge. I'll explain, don't worry. Prarabdhaya. And the karmas that are coming in the present, what do? Prarabdhaya samarpitam svavapuhu. You as though offer your body to your prarabdha, the karmas that come in the present. Iti esha Manisha mama. One who does that is called what? My Guru. This is the knowledge. Is it okay? Now, what is this bhutam, bhavi and prarabdha? So it is said that there are 3 types of karmas. There are 3 types of karmas. Actually, they are not 3 types of karmas. They are 3 types of karma phalas. What are they? Because people say karma. It's not karma. There are 3 types of karma phalas. Okay. We call them karmatraya. It is actually not karmatraya. It is what? Karma phalatraya. 3 types of karma phalas. What do you mean by that? This is, one is what I do in the present gets stored in what I call the sanchita karma. The meaning of the word sanchit itself means what? Well collected. Samyak chitaha, meaning you collect. So what happens? Whatever I do gets collected into my karma account. It's like fixed deposit in your bank. It's there. Then, so that past bank account, fixed bank, is very big. How big is it? What is your karma account? How much do you have karmas left in that karma account? बहुत ज़्यादा में कितने? 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 2 million, billion. How much? You don't know the unit. It is enough to give you innumerable life. Will you remember that? Why? Because you have taken innumerable lives. So therefore, it is enough storage. So many times people say, no, we have to wash out that past and wash out. And then, what wash out? You can keep washing out endlessly. It will never get washed. Are you getting the point? Because some people say, we will wash out your karma. Wash out. What wash out? Is it possible to wash out that karma? Why? Infinity minus billion is equal to? Bolo. The bank account is how much? Infinity. 1 billion you take out from that. How much is still there? Infinity. Infinity minus 500 billion is also infinity. Have you got this point or not? So Sanchit is how much? This is our actual account. So we are all very rich. In terms of what? Karma. Sanchit karma. Big account we have got. We can keep on, for lifetimes we can keep on spending. And we'll keep adding also, no? Because we keep adding also. So this is it. So what I earn today, is, and which will give result, this becomes what? Bhavi. Bhavi means future. Then that karma which is coming will also get deposited into the sanchita. Have you understood this? I am doing today, so it has to come in the future, the result. So the result that comes in the future will get deposited where? In the sanchit. From that, whatever fructifies. For example, you have lot of fixed deposit, but you need to spend today, na? You want to buy pizza. So what do? You go to the ATM and you take out. Don't you do that? Or you have a savings bank account. One is fixed deposit and the other is what? Savings bank. So from savings bank you take. How much you will take? Okay, I want to take 5,000, 1,000, whatever. That what you are spending, in the present you are getting, you in your hand you are getting, is called prarabdha. What is it? The past one is called what? Future one is called what? Agami or bhavi year. And then what happens to this one? Gets deposit here, then comes here. Have you got it? So you can't, the distinction, it's the same thing only. If you see, they are all three what? Karma phalas. Is that okay? All are three are karma phalas. So here she said, Arey, now what is the difference between a jnani and an ajnani as far as karma phala is concerned? What happens to the three for a jnani and what happens to the three for a normal you and me? What happens? That you all please think. What relation will be in terms of the karma phala for a man who has realized that I am that Nitya Brahma, that undying, unchanging, eternal, beginningless, unborn Chaitanya Atma. What will happen to the karmas of that person? And what will happen to the karmas of you and me? That we have to think. Think. Don't read. Think. No, if you have a question, you please put it and we'll do this. Now it's time for thinking. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ